Well, DWade, I gotta say it, man. I don't know what's going on in your household, particularly with your son who wants to be a girl. Let me try to sort this out. This is DJ Wolf Live. All right, guys and gals. I woke up this morning and I saw a couple of media sources talking about, and this from multiple media sources at that, talking about DWade's son, his 12 years old son, 12-year-old son, wants to be a girl. Now tell me if that makes sense. Now, he already had took a picture with his hand over his father's shoulder, showing off his nails. That was about last month, something like that. I saw it, and I said, "Oh Lord, here we go." Now he wants to become a trainer, full blown, and DWade, being the proud father that he is, had no problem with that. Now, here's the other problem I got. Like I said, that's their issue or whatever, or however they want to deal with the situation. I ain't crazy about that person, but this one actually bothers me way more. As bad as that bothers me, that's not my kid. But as bad as that bothers me, this one bothers me more. And I meant to report this last week. I saw a couple of reports, now it's been confirmed. What's that black guy named? The one who wore the dress? Billy something. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He wore the gowns at the Oscars the last couple of years. I don't even remember his last name, but something about him was disturbing altogether, but that's another whole story. But this is what disturbed me. Now, I was a kid. I was 5 years old in 1969 when one of my earliest favorite television shows premiered. Sesame Street was on PBS. It's in its 51st season, or coming up on it. Been on forever. Been on about as long as I've been around. I remember watching the first episodes of it when they used to have they used to have segments where they actually had the major cartoons of his day in the 1960s doing cameo appearances on Sesame Street. True story. Because one of the first ones I remember was Superman, and Superman was hot off the presses, of course, in the television rooms for about almost 2 decades at the time, or really in theaters as well, the animated series. But it was still pretty popular in the 60s, and I remember they had a segment where Superman was doing counting a number or something, and but this was during Sesame Street's heyday, Anyway, because I remember it very well. Anyhow, I was I saw that this actor, gay rights activist, just recently landed a guest spot on the very long-running children's program. Of all programs, how the hell, and I repeat, how the hell they decided to put this dude on that show? I could think of one major reason. One of the actors that play Elmo, or one actor played one of the characters, which is Elmo, from my understanding, is gay. So that may have had something to do with Billy getting on the show. I can't remember his last name. I don't really follow him like that. That's probably why I don't remember. But I do know that I saw him, and I confirmed this myself, in a dress, the very black dress that he wore at the Oscars about a year or two ago, on the set of Sesame Street. Yes, he is on there. He will be. If he hadn't already been on there, he is on there. Or will be on there. And I'm like, what the hell? What is going on, man? Is society gotten to that point now where we rep men who aren't really men anymore? And I'm not saying to be funny. I'm not saying to be nasty or derogatory or dismissive of people of different backgrounds and diversions. I'm really not. You know, it does. They have their place in society, and I'm not trying to be biased. I'm really not. But to sit there and push that agenda on a children's show, I'm not gonna lie. I've raised kids myself. I have a problem with that. I really have a problem with that. And that's where I draw the line. You cannot push that kind of agenda to wandering-minded children of that age. Or any age, really, but particularly of that age. To me, there should be major, and I do mean major, protests against Sesame Street because of that. And yes, I said it. I'm telling you, I don't feel right about that. I'm sorry. I totally disagree with that. Okay? Matter of fact, I think Sesame Street was the one that actually premiered a gay character on there, on one of the Muppets about 2 years ago. No joke. Because I remember hearing something about that. But to sit there and push the agenda, because even with that I had a problem with that. But I really got a problem with this, with a guy coming on the set of the show to teach kids about gay people on there. I got a problem with that. You know, you got kids right around that age range who actually want to change the sex and don't know nothing about it anyway. Yeah. Barely know about life themselves. There was something, it was a couple things. I heard there was one where this one kid, 7 years old, the parents actually encouraged it, or something to do with either they encouraged it or they fully supported it. And there was another one where I saw they have gender-minded type of wardrobe for boys, based on stuff that usually worn by girls. True story. I've seen both of them. I'm like, what the hell's going on? You know? Yeah, women talking about they want strong men. How you gonna produce strong men if you signifying on this kind of stuff? There's no way. There's no way. You cannot possibly talk about you want strong men supporting this kind of shit. I mean, no offense. I mean, I'm sorry. You know, you cannot, how can I put it? You cannot expect the kind of behavior or the kind of, how can I put it? Qualities of people to be like that on everybody, or push that agenda on everybody. Particularly that one. You know? Some people say it's a choice, some people say it's not, some people say that's just how they're born. I kind of really on the fence about that too. I don't think everybody who is of that persuasion were actually born like that. I don't believe that. And it's been proven that people aren't born like that. After a certain, well, I'm going to tell you the truth like this. I don't totally believe that. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not saying that it's like that with everybody, but I'm pretty sure in a number of cases, a lot of those people are not born that way. You know. And you can be raised that way. Especially if you in a house of nothing but women and the mama don't try to instill no type of men teaching you about how to be a man. That's another whole story. You know. Seriously though. Because you got women like that. There was this one, matter of fact, about 2 years ago, I saw on YouTube. Her son graduated high school, man. She was all sis boom by on him, and he got to shaking his booty around her, and they were just like two little girls, schoolgirls, at a school dance. It was the weirdest thing. And I think he admitted that he wasn't raised by nobody but women. Grandmama, aunts, sisters, cousins. There you go. Heavily influenced. I know a couple people like that personally right now. Same situation. A situation that in one case didn't even have to be like that. But I know what had caused that too, but that was another whole story, and it shouldn't have went down like that. But it's just really a shame, man, that now, you got television shows now. And here's the even weirder part about it. Guess what roles those black guys are in these shows on? Are. They're gay. They're gay characters. If they're gay, they gotta be black. If they're black, they gotta be gay. Yeah. I know for a fact about 2 or 3 shows like that already. Yeah. On the same network at that. There's another one on another network. Same thing. I'm like, what's going on here? Why does every black guy... And here's the weird part about it. All 3 shows are based on fire departments. Yeah. That's the other weird part about it. And the black guys are on the 3 shows are all gay. Yeah. And this is across 2 different television networks. 2 of the 2 shows are on one network where the black guys who are on there, the characters are gay. And they play firemen. And on the other network, same thing. What's going on? Matter of fact, on another network, they got a guy who's a fireman, gay too. Like, what the fuck? Black too? I was like, what the hell? It's like, and it's intended. There's no question in my mind that was intended. Billy's a black guy, by the way. The one I talked about who's on the Sesame, supposed to be on Sesame Street. He's black. On top of that, it's like they're trying to pussify us black men into another stereotype that you're either a thug, dope pusher, dope fiend, pimp, or homosexual. When you come on, got places to go and people to see. But it just bothers me. I'm telling you, it bothers me to no end. It really does. Because now they want the narrative to be that way, and DWade is not helping. I understand that he supports his son in whatever endeavor that he wants to do. I'm kind of at a loss of words, not because I'm emotional. I'm kind of at a loss of words because I don't know what to say. I can't say I'm really angry, because like I said, that doesn't affect me or my family. But I can't say I'm really happy for him. If anything, it's rather sad. And I was talking about it with a coworker of mine, and someone else mentioned it, a couple people mentioned it on YouTube as well. Notice that DWade's ex-wife, who happened to be the mother of their 12-year-old son, biological mother of the 12-year-old son, even though she no longer has custody of him, and Dwayne and Gabrielle Jr. does. She has not had a word to say about it. Not one single word. She ain't said anything. Ain't comment on it, good, bad, ugly, this, that, or the third, nothing. She ain't said nothing. So that should question you right there, what's going on with that. She ain't had a word to say about it. She said nada. Yep. DWade is supposed to be on Ellen as we speak. He's supposed to appear on there today. Or would have appeared on it by the time you might have heard this podcast. front of me this morning. But it just, I don't know. It just, people are co-signing on it. It's like it's almost an end thing to do. Obama made it popular. I ain't gonna lie, he did. He's referred to as being the gay president. Now, I don't mean like literally gay. Well, I don't know, but he's referred to as the gay president because of his support that he's giving to gay rights. That's a fact. I know it's a fact because during his era as president, he was so elated about his support for the gays that he actually put colored spotlights on the White House to represent the gay symbol, which is I forgot the colors. I don't even remember the colors, but yeah, that actually happened. Google it. The White House wasn't painted in those colors, but the White House represented in colored lights of colors of the gay colors. And that's documented. And I know that he had co-signed on that agenda, because otherwise, why else would they have made the White House look like that? It's funny that guys like Obama co-sign on that, but yet when it comes to black men being accosted and murdered and violated by police along with black women and children, our children now, okay? And he did nothing. He didn't do a goddamn thing about it. Not him, not Susan Rice, who I'm going to get to in another podcast, and definitely not Eric Holt, who was just useless as far as I'm concerned. This guy worked for the department. This guy ran or was ahead of the Department of Justice and didn't do anything about any of those major cases. All they did was, we'll get to it. And you know what he got to doing? He eventually tried to run for office. Thank God he didn't get that far, because he wasn't going to do nothing once he got there anyway. What y'all waiting on? It didn't do nothing. I mean, and to me, and here's the thing. Obama was black. Eric Holder was black. Didn't do nothing. Susan Rice didn't do nothing. None of them did anything for African Americans. The only thing they wanted to do was just get a position of power, get a position, a high office position. That's all they cared about. That's all Obama cared about, really. If you really want to be quiet as kept, that's all he cared about. And guess what Obama doing now? Coolly bought an $11 million house. Look it up. Obama bought media reports reported he bought an $11 million house in Martha's Vineyard, of all places. Yeah, sure did. He owns home. I think he still owns a house. Or might have sold his house in D.C. And I know he owns a house in Chicago. He was just looking for that payoff. He got paid off well too. Got the Netflix deals and all book deals, all of that, publishing deals. He's living he's living a hop the hog now. While your people, Obama, here and abroad, are still suffering. Your own people in Kenya. Okay? Well, your heritage anyway. I heard a number of them don't even like you now. They didn't like you then. Some of them ain't even calling him a fraud. From stories I heard, which wasn't too far off the mark. That's another whole, But truth be told, it was. And there you have it. The gay agenda was born because of Obama. Let's be real about that. Because of Obama, the gay agenda was born. That's well documented. Yep. The one agenda he did support is the one agenda that's all over the place now. Yeah. That's right. And we are still on the bus behind everybody else. Ain't this something? We don't even get in 2020. If you think about it, black men, our black brothers, our black boys, our black babies, and to some effect, black women, not all, are still sitting in the back of the bus. Seriously, we're still on the back of the bus. And now I'm not blaming, I know some people do, I'm not blaming some of our civil rights leaders for that. I'm blaming some of the guys who are out here today who supposedly stood on the shoulders of our civil rights rates. And they did nothing but drop the ball and benefit from their hard work by getting high-paying jobs and not doing a goddamn thing for their own people. Nothing to benefit. Yes, Obama, I said it, and I meant what I said, because it's true. They did nothing. Now, getting to Susan Rice right quick, she had the nerve to try to defend Gayle King because Snoop Dogg went in on the aerosol on her ass. And you know what? He should have. He did one misstep. And I believe Snoop didn't really mean that. You know. And then Susan Rice come on the defensive. But yet, just like Gayle, and just like Oprah stank ass, they had no sympathy or didn't no sympathy to the wife of Kobe Bryant, Vanessa Bryant. They had none. They ain't worried about Gayle. Gayle gonna be all right. You ain't worried about Vanessa, and she ain't doing too well. Ain't been doing too well for a while. Y'all had nothing to say about it. Not Susan Rice, not Oprah Winfrey, and not Gayle Stanky King. They have nothing to say about it. No. Only thing they do is support the white zaddy agenda. That's all they're doing. Let's be real. You know? And don't get me wrong, I ain't a fan of R. Kelly for some stuff that he did. But Gayle King was looking for anything to make black men look bad. Meanwhile, her and Oprah's friend, Harvey Weinstein, and Gayle's other friends, Les Moonves, which somebody said, Les Molester, Moonves or something like that. One of the other YouTubers said, call him well, anyway, Molester Moonves. Well, anyway, you know what I'm talking about. And her former co-anchor, Charlie Rose, who were known and had been multiple reports about these guys doing scandalous stuff with women against their own women. Yeah. Weinstein, the biggest perpetrator, yet Oprah and Gayle all up on his nuts. Don't say it ain't true, ladies. I've seen the pictures. Particularly when Oprah all hugged up, lovey-dovey, kissing on him. Alright? I'll tell you what y'all was doing. I can't say because I don't know. But I'm going to tell you, the way y'all attack black men versus the way y'all don't attack white guys, I'm starting to wonder. Who you got loving you and who you really love. Because you ain't got no love for us. That's a fact. Y'all proving that time and time again. Come on. It just amazes me. You know, media, journalists, black women who have strong ties to the media, and yet they use it against us. How about that bullshit? Of all people, you would use that against your own. And that's what they've been doing. And that's exactly what they did. You use the media and your position empowered in the media, wherever that is considered, to working against your own culture, your own people. She's done it with, Oprah has even done it with her own family members. That's a known fact. Okay, I won't go into detail about it, but I've witnessed some of that. You know, not only in the video media, but in print media too, from published reports. You know, so you know, nothing sacred between them. All kind of wrong. Oprah is also the same woman who Ice Cube admitted interviewed all of his co-stars in 2 films and never interviewed about one of his most popular films outside of the Friday series. Yeah, Barbershop too. She wouldn't even interview him. I also had heard she wouldn't talk to 50 Cent either about his film. That I can't confirm tonight, but I know Ice Cube did say that she wouldn't talk to him. He said that himself. It's ridiculous, man. You know, she'll interview certain people, of course, DWade types like Kevin Hart, people like that, and she has. You know, but that's another whole story. I'm just kind of like, I don't know where we're going anymore. Only thing I do know is our culture, and I know this from personal experience, from stuff I've dealt with in the past couple of years. Our culture now is to me is so jacked up that we sold ourselves out to the highest butter biscuit bidder. Yes, the highest butter biscuit bidder. You heard it right here first. DJ Wolf Live for all tier TV on YouTube, and Spreaker and other platforms. The highest butter biscuit. What did I say? The highest butter biscuit bidder. Yeah, that's right. That's what's going on. Y'all know what I know. It ain't just Oprah and Gil. And don't get me wrong. They weren't the only 2 that sold out Black America in the media, as well as in print. They ain't the only 2. I can name off others, but I'd be all day talking about it. There's a number of others. But recently, in the last 2 years, they've been, in really Oprah last 30 years. Because this ain't the first time I call Oprah out. I've called Oprah out privately and publicly about suspect shit she's pulled on black men. She has a long history of bashing black men for decades anyway. This is nothing new with Oprah. She's been doing it for a long time. Yep. When it comes to Oprah, it ain't been nothing new under the sun with her ass. She's always done that. And if you've been watching her shows, you know that she's about that. She's been about that. You know? Like I said, she ain't the only one. I mean, look at what she spawned off. Atlanta Housewives. And I'm going to say spawned off because you could tell that these women out here perpetrating frauds. I'm not going to go into big detail because I have watched them. I used to watch them all the time anyway. And I learned how vapid these black women are. They're real bougie. They're part of Boule. They think the shit don't stink. You know, they talk down to guys, I mean, like something bad. You know, that and Married to Medicine, that's another show. You know, Oprah kind of, her culture, her nasty, feminazi, Me Too movement culture spawned all that mess. You know? Yeah. That's a fact. I ain't saying nothing new under the sun about it. That's all facts. Tell me Tell me I'm lying about it, because I'm not. Y'all know I'm not. It's all true. Been going on for a while. This black girl culture, along with the Me Too movement, and this, along with the white supremacy and the gay rights culture, have been trying and continue to try to win black men. Those factors have all been doing for a while. I know what y'all gonna say. Well, what about black crime? I'm gonna say this. I don't usually say it, but I'm gonna say it because it's really more true than not true. You know what caused a lot of black crime over the years? Economics. Yes, economics. And I know what you're gonna say. Well, black people wasn't always never really rich. I'm contrary mind for it. It doesn't matter anyway. If you notice, when we were doing better, when black people unemployment rate was maybe about 3% at one time, and it has been low at one time. Never really been. We've always had unemployment rate. We've always had an unemployment rate that was close to double digits, but wasn't as high as it is now. Where I know for a fact, a lot of black people in my era as a child in the 1960s and 70s, many of them were working and were living good. When those jobs started getting pushed out overseas, that's when you saw a decline. I could see it. They started reducing cars and emissions and all that. Jobs went away. They went overseas. Instead of keeping the technology here like they should have done. See, it was a ploy to get our people and our culture out those good paying jobs. Move them over there. Give them for cheap labor. Build robots and save money. It wasn't about building us. They were taking it back, and they still trying to take back more stuff. It's ridiculous. I could go all day about this, but I had to say this to get it off my chest because that's how I feel, man. I think we're in the BS phase of trying to throw a black man under the bus, and continues to do so. Even with the death of Kobe Bryant, Gayle King had no coof about her. No kind of decorum. Supposedly sophisticated on a nationally known news show, news morning program. And she still ain't about shit. You may be part of Oprah, but you still ain't about shit, bitch. You ain't about shit no way. You can't be. You're not. As far as I'm concerned, you ain't about shit. Yeah. I'm just gonna keep it 100. You ain't about shit. Yeah. I'll say again. You ain't about shit. Yeah. The so-called Me Too movement, girl culture, all that, man, it's a whole bunch of garbage. And I'm really, for the most part, I'm disappointed. There we go. Go straight to the gut. So I'm just saying though, real talk. Ain't nobody in your car. I'll just drive by it. I ain't even touch it. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna talk about this in another podcast. Because I'm not done talking about it. There's so much mess going on in our communities with stuff like this. It's not even funny. And people continue to try to drag our culture and our people under the ground with a whole bunch of mess. And it needs to be addressed. We need to talk about it. But we need to do more than just talk. We need to actually get some real agendas behind this mess. That's all I got. It's DJ Wolf. I'm out.